158 pages worth of search warrants involving a new public corruption investigation into Harris County Judge Lina Hidalgo's office and the $11 million COVID-19 contract awarded to Elevate Strategies.
Texas Rangers allege tampering of evidence, saying documents ordered to be turned over were concealed and deleted. Now, KPRC2 Investigates has learned Judge Hidalgo fired her attorneys and hired a new one. Joining us this morning to talk more about the case is KPRC2 legal expert Brian Weiss.
Good morning, Brian. Thanks for joining.
Good morning, guys.
Yeah, so a lot of questions here surrounding this, but can you kind of walk us through, tell us why Judge Hidalgo decided to make a change to her legal team?
Yeah, Brittany, first of all, nobody got fired. I mean, people change lawyers all the time, particularly in high-profile cases. Nothing sketchy, nothing scandalous. Eric Gerard, who was the judge's point person on her initial legal team, transitioned from being a defense attorney to being a high-profile PI lawyer with Randy Sorrell's law firm. In his place, Court Acres, talented young 12-year lawyer who I've had the privilege of working with and against. He may look like a youngster, but he's no stranger to Channel 2 viewers. He's been involved in a number of high-profile cases, and we're going to continue to see more of them in the weeks and months ahead.
Brian, for those of us who are not familiar, those viewers who haven't been following, tell us why Judge Hidalgo's office is being investigated by the district attorney's office.
Well, it goes back to last year when there was an investigation into the awarding of a contract from Elevate Strategies that the county had people bid on. At the end of the day, 3 of Judge Hidalgo's top staffers were indicted for misuse of official information and for tampering with the government document. That really, guys, was the genesis of the steel cage death match between Judge Lina Hidalgo and Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg. I would say the sequel to all of this happened 10, 12 days ago when a second set of search warrants and affidavits dropped detailing an investigation into whether or not Judge Hidalgo and others may have engaged in the offense of tampering with evidence. Certainly, there was a press conference at which Judge Hidalgo clapped back. She called Kim Ogg a bully and a thug and claimed that Kim Ogg was playing politics with people's lives. For her part, Kim Ogg fired back with a statement and said, look, everybody needs to pipe down, including Judge Hidalgo, who she kind of accused, and this is a legal term we use, of throwing a tantrum.
Certainly a lot to sort through on this issue. Now, you first broke the news yesterday on the 4 o'clock newscast that DA Kim Ogg had hired a special prosecutor who was responsible for investigating this matter. Why does this matter in this case?
Well, it matters for a couple of reasons. Look, first of all, Kim Ogg is the boss of all bosses. She's the elected district attorney. She can investigate anybody for anything as long as she believes there's probable cause to do so. But I think our viewers need to understand a couple of things. Number one, there are 8 full-time public corruption prosecutors that are paid by taxpayers to do nothing but public corruption cases. Kim Ogg, on the other hand, went out and spent $175,000 of taxpayer money hiring a woman named Rachel Palmer, who coincidentally is also the general counsel for the Texas Republican Party. That, to me, good, bad, indifferent from 35,000 feet, guys, is a really bad look. And I know that Kim Ogg has said, this isn't my investigation, it's the Texas Rangers, an organization for whom I have the utmost respect. But these invoices that we've obtained through the Public Information Act tell a different story, that Rachel Palmer was running point on this investigation over the course of 9 months, where she was paid $450 an hour. And I'd say that the third act of this steel cage death match is going to be in the weeks and months ahead. Everybody needs to stay tuned, guys.
And we will stay tuned. We'll be watching closely for sure. Brian Weiss, thank you so much for joining us this morning.